To everyone around her, she seems perfect. She bakes pies for the whole building. She's the first to help neighbors. She's a volunteer, an activist, the life of every party. She always smiles, always stays positive, always ready to listen to others' problems. She tells everyone how much she loves her children, how she sacrifices everything for them, how she works 3 jobs to give them the best, how she stays up nights worrying about their future. People nod and say, "What an amazing person, what a wonderful mother, how lucky her kids are." And when those kids grow up and start pulling away, they're labeled ungrateful, selfish, cold. But no one sees what happens behind closed doors. Behind those doors lives a child who never knows which version of mom will come home from work today. Not because she'll start hitting or drinking, but because he doesn't understand what exactly he'll do wrong in her eyes. Yesterday she was thrilled about his A on a test. Today she sighs. "You've gotten arrogant, just like your father. I always knew you'd turn out conceited." Yesterday she lovingly said, "Go play with your friends." Today it's icy silence because he chose friends over staying with her. Yesterday she beamed with pride over his achievements. Today she reminds him, "Don't forget who does everything for you. Without me, you'd be nothing." The child is lost in confusion, caught in cognitive dissonance. He can't figure out the rules. In reality, there's only one unspoken rule. Mom is always right. Mom is always the victim. Mom is always the saint. A saintly mother doesn't leave bruises on the body, no physical marks. She strikes at the sense of self-worth, teaching the child that their value depends not on who they are, but on how well they match her expectations. The first lesson this child learns: their feelings don't matter. The child cries over something. Mom sighs, "You're upsetting me again with your whims." The child is happy and excited. Mom winces, "Stop running around. Your noise gives me a headache." The child gets angry. Mom turns cold. "How dare you talk to me like that, after everything I've done for you?" The conclusion: my feelings are a problem. I myself am the problem. The second lesson: you don't just exist, you fulfill a function. You exist for mom. A saintly mother always knows better what you want. She picks your clothes, your friends, your hobbies, even your future career. She wraps it all in the packaging of care, kindness, love. I'm doing this for you, out of pure goodness. When the child is very young, this is normal parenting. But when it continues unchecked, the child vanishes from the relationship. Mom projects her own desires as yours. You'll be a great doctor because that's what she always wanted but never pursued. I won't survive if you move away to study. The takeaway: my life isn't mine. My job is to carry responsibility for someone else's emotions. Where do I fit in? Nowhere. The third lesson: love must be earned. A saintly mother doesn't love unconditionally. She loves for achievements, obedience for making her happy. When you meet her expectations, you're her golden child, her pride and joy. When you don't, you're a disappointment, ungrateful, selfish. The child internalizes, "I'm valuable only when I'm perfect, when I achieve what she wants. When I'm real and flawed, I'm not good enough." People like this grow into neurotic achievers. They make money, build relationships, hit goals, but the satisfaction fades fast, like a sparkler. The dream car or apartment brings no lasting joy. What do I even want? Unclear. They construct a perfect facade, hiding the real self. Feelings, desires, vulnerabilities. Because the real you is unacceptable, easily hurt by any contact with the world, where you're not enough. Instead, they become the flawless version, untouchable, superior, something mom can boast about. Step by step, a narcissist is born. But underneath that grandiosity and armor of defenses sits a small, unloved child who desperately craves love just for existing, who wants not to flinch at mom's furrowed brow or unpredictable mood, who longs to hear, "You're good," even when you mess up. "I love you just because you're mine." But a saintly mother never says that, because she's a narcissist. Her self-sacrifice is her source of narcissistic supply. She craves admiration, gratitude, validation of her importance. Her children aren't separate people. They're extensions of her. Their successes are hers. Their failures are her shame. She sees them as mirrors reflecting her image of the perfect mother. When the natural phase of separation arrives, when the child starts to individuate, she sees it as betrayal. "After everything I've done for you," that phrase echoes in the child's head, stirring guilt and shame, pulling them back. All the while, anger and resentment boil inside, but they can't be expressed. Outwardly, she doesn't yell or hit, she just loves. How can you be mad at love? How do you set boundaries with someone who gave their life for you? When this person tries explaining to friends or a therapist, it sounds absurd. "My mom loves me so much, takes care of everything." But deep down, that love feels smothering, denying space or air. The realization hits, my life doesn't belong to me. Guilt over my own desires if they don't align with hers. Such a saintly mother creates a narcissistic son who destroys his partners, or a narcissistic daughter who becomes the same kind of mother. They only know one template for love, laced with control, demands, sacrifice. They don't know care without guilt, love without strings. How to spot a saintly mother? She constantly reminds you of all she's done for you. She knows better than you what you need. Her worries make you responsible for her emotions over your own. She gets offended when you make choices without her approval. She broadcasts to everyone what a great mother she is. She compares you to other kids, sometimes favorably, sometimes not, depending on if you validate her image. She ignores boundaries between you. Her love feels like a debt to repay, not a gift to receive. This breeds dependency in romance, partnerships. The adult loses themselves, hooked on the partner's opinions and expectations. The way out starts with awareness. I can't act on my own wants. Admit that mom had narcissistic traits and couldn't love unconditionally. Then anger awakens, a healthy response to boundary violations. Allowing those suppressed emotions builds strength to set boundaries. Boundaries shift from cruelty to necessity, a way to differentiate self from other. Ideally, break the cycle with your own kids. It's hard to escape the imposed template, but it's the task of a mature adult. Live your own life. I dedicate my Saturday streams to these topics. Announcements in my Telegram channel, link in the description. Join for Q&A on narcissists, manipulations, emotional dependency, clear paths out of toxic dynamics, if that's what you need. The goal, a sober view to make real decisions, not chase false comfort. Remember, no matter your upbringing, anyone can shift out of old patterns. If your current rules aren't delivering harmony in relationships, success, or health, they don't work. Recognize them, and your life begins. Wishing that for you all. See you in the next video.